Welcome to Liquor Talks, where we're drinking down.
Cheese whiz adds personality. So many ways to put your dick in a jar. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Liquor Talks, a show about anything and everything with a splash of liquor. I'm your host, Mark to the mother flippin' G to the Rizzo, H to the Izzy, Beast to the Bizzy, Buku to Dizzy. I don't know how that stuff goes. Today's liquor of choice is just a wine, a yellowtail wine. I believe it's a Merlot. It tastes really good. Thickening and fucking. Like, fuck, that's great. I stumbled across something very interesting. My daughter loves the show Paw Patrol. For all of you that don't know what Paw Patrol is, it's a cartoon with this little kid Ryder. I'm guessing he's about 8 or 10. He's a little self-righteous little piece of shit. He has all these gadgets and everything like that. And he's got 6 pups, 7 pups, I don't know. There's quite a few pups. They talk and they drive vehicles and they go do all crazy sorts of things and they save the town from disaster all the time, the mayor and whatnot. It's a great show, I guess. My daughter loves it, but I'm usually pissed off at this show, and especially with the main pup, Chase. He takes after his leader, that self-righteous sack of turd, and he's a little brown-nosing piece of shit. But I saw something on the show the other day that changed my mind about Chase. And I didn't know this about him, but, well, I'll play one clip for you.
And don't forget, always stick with your buddy.
Always stick with your buddy. Always stick with your buddy.
We will.
So, as you can see, he's hardcore on the side of fuck buddies. I couldn't believe my ears the first time I heard it, that he's on the side of fuck buddies. But here's another clip.
And don't knock down your pals.
Don't knock down your pals. Don't knock down your pals.
What did I tell you? Don't forget, always stick with your fuck buddies. And most importantly, don't knock down your fuck pals. Don't knock down your fuck pals. Wise words, Chase, wise words. Now you are in my good books for sure, bud. You are definitely in my good books. Which brings us to a subject that I want to bring up, and it is about fuck pals. Fuck friends, fuck buddies, bed compadres, friends with benefits, FWB for those on the dating networks. Dating network? Swipe left, swipe right, swipe left, swipe. My question is about fuck buddies is this possible? Is this an actual thing? Physically, in the realm of science, is this possible at all? I don't actually know if it's possible. I've tried it in the past personally. And it failed with me. I know several other people that have been trying it or have tried it or is currently trying it. And it either ends bad or you can see it gonna end really bad. And I think the thing you have to consider when doing this, when partaking in this fuck buddy lifestyle is honesty. Honesty has to be there, right? Honesty is the staple of this hobby, pastime. If anything's gonna be done, you have to have honesty with this. And, you know, honesty is the hardest thing, because if you're fully honest with somebody, and especially if you're sharing like intimacy, like sex wise, honesty is hard. Honesty is really hard, I believe. What do you guys think? Have you heard of people doing this? Are you one of these people that can successfully be a friend with benefits? Are you currently in the situation? How does it work for you guys? How are you making it work? I would really like to know. It's all open here. I'll share a couple stories with you as well. I know of one situation, the guy didn't think anything of it, right? He's using the girl for sex. She fell for him. But the strange thing is that she would undoubtedly deny that she had any sort of feelings for him, and just convinced herself that she just wanted to be fuck buddies. But that ended because he was sleeping with other women yet too, and she found out and she got super pissed off. And then there you go. There's that honesty. I do side for him because, well, no, I don't side for him. I side sort of, because that's the whole idea with a fuck buddy, right? Like, you're supposed to be able to have other relationships. You're supposed to be able to expand your horizons, so to say. But at the same time, you got to be honest with that person yet too. You got to say, well, I'm with that other person too. Like, and it should work both ways. The woman should be able to do that as well. The woman should be able to go out with another guy as well. But she was brainwashed, basically, and it's unfortunate. And then she couldn't control these feelings, I think, and it ended badly. So honesty could have prevented a lot of shit there. And the friends with benefit thing didn't last long at all. What also doesn't work, and believe it or not, this is actually something, is having a fuck buddy when you're married. Believe it or not, that doesn't work. And believe it or not, I know I'm saying this a lot, but it does happen. I know people who have tried this and think that, I guess, they're gonna get away with it, or it's cheating. So I don't understand how these people thought they could get away with it. It doesn't work. It should be a no-brainer, but it wasn't to those people, I guess. I know a couple of people have done this. It should be a no-brainer. Like Chase says, don't knock down your fuck pals.
Don't knock down your pal.
That's right, Chase. I don't know if kids are doing that anymore or not. I don't know if I'm even dapping. Don't knock down your fuck pal. I also had a friend, and she tried to convince herself that she didn't have feelings for this guy. Being friends with benefit, getting slammed. She was developing feelings for this guy. You could see it. She would get mad whenever this guy would ever talk to any other girls. She would get mad when he would even talk about other girls. I think that's a pretty telltale sign that she's developing feelings for this guy. And anytime I brought it up to her, she would get absolutely mad, which is another sign that she was trying to repress something that she didn't want to admit by getting angry. And it ended horribly too, because it's just a no-brainer. Don't forget, always stick with your fuck buddy. Be there for them. Be honest with them. And it's not always girls that develop feelings in the situation, and it's not always their fault for developing these feelings as well. I think it's more natural for a woman in the situation to develop feelings, because just based on evolution. I know we're growing up in a different age and that stuff, but that's thousands and thousands and thousands of years of evolution. That's hard to really change anything in that aspect. I got a guy friend, and he was like, how do you say, male sluit? A petite sluit? A male slut? He would just use as many women as possible, but he would try to own them. That was the thing. He would always play this game where he wants fuck friends or just as many girlfriends as possible, but he still wants to own them. These women, although he's not dating them, and even if he's not even having sex with them, he doesn't want them having sex with anybody else. So he would mind fuck these girls to the point where he would tell them what to wear on dates, what kind of guys they should be speaking to. Any guy that they would bring around, it would be immediately, he's a piece of shit, blah 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 blah. It's just mind-blowing what the mind will block out just for some sort of connection. It's interesting what the human mind will do. It's just not what you do to fuck buddies, right?
Always stick with your buddy.
And once again, that's that whole honesty. If there would be honesty introduced into those situations, none of that shit would happen. Well, I'm not saying none of the shit would happen, none of the bad stuff. Well, some of the bad stuff would probably still happen, but you have to be super honest. And in all those situations, the common denominator, honesty. No honesty, which equals explosions. Just remember, don't knock down your fuck buddies. Don't knock down your fuck buddies, right, Chase?
Don't knock down your pal.
Yeah, that's fucking right. That's fucking right. I hate myself swallowing. I hate I edit every swallow I take of alcohol I cut it out. I edited it out. If we let one slip, Garcia, I'm looking at you, bitch. If we let one slip during editing, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It just bothers me. It's a pet peeve of mine. Does it bother you guys? Maybe there's people out there that like swallowing. I know there's people out there that like swallowing, but the sound of swallowing is what I'm saying. Maybe they have a fetish. It's like, oh yeah, swallow, 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 swallow. Oh yeah. Oh, god damn, that's good swallowing sound. That makes me feel horrendous. So myself, I did try the whole friends with benefits a while back, long time ago, and my issue was the woman in the situation again was too interested, and there was one situation where I was more interested in the woman as well, but she just didn't have the same feelings. So that's my point, is that I think no matter what, there's always going to be somebody that feels more in the relationship than the other person. And unfortunately, when you combine that and you combine no honesty, I don't think that fuck buddy possibility or equation will work. I just don't think it would ever work. Like, you have to be perfect. You have to be perfectly balanced with feelings. You have to be perfectly balanced with honesty. You have to be perfectly balanced with everything in order for this to work. And it's failed for me. It's failed for a lot of other friends that I know of, a lot of other people that I know of. And prove me wrong. Tell me another story. Let me know how long a fuck buddy relationship has worked for you or somebody that you know. It would be great knowledge to know and something to share, and I would be really interested in this. It's definitely something that we're moving more towards. I know the youth think more like that. They're steering more away from marriage, which is brilliant, which is, you don't need to get married at all. Marriage is a waste of time. To each their own, I guess. Don't knock down your fuck pals.
Don't knock down your pals.
Let's move along. Do you know what happened in the big sports match last night? Who gives a shit? Really? Who gives a shit? I don't. Here's what my problem is. I do enjoy watching sports. I understand the coming together, the relationship that, you know, maybe mutual groups have about watching sports, getting together, camaraderie. It's fun watching the other team beat the other team and stuff like that. I do understand it to a certain degree, but some people take it really far, and I don't understand that. That's what I really don't understand, is how you're an adult and you take it so hardcore, like to the point where you're listening to talk radio. Just finished watching the game. Let's listen to what everybody has to say about it right after the game and probably the day after. Oh yeah, this sports guy did a lot for that sports team to win that sports match, and he's got a lot of sports stats now, and he's got big old sports stats. And then the person listening goes around to the office or whatever, and then they say, well, did you watch the sports game last night? That sports team did really well because of that sports player, and that sports player has a lot of stats, and he's got more stats than the other sports players, and he's a really good sports player. I don't get it. I'm making fun of it. I'm fucking really making fun of it. But I grew up loving sports. I grew up playing all sorts of sports, and I did follow all the stats. So I can understand that it was fun as a kid. It taught me a lot about numbers. It taught me a lot about that stuff. But I guess maybe it's just a hobby too, right? Like, it's a hobby for people. People really enjoy hobbies, right? And they get into hobbies and they like to know. Maybe that's about it. What really pisses me off about this, there's a lot that pisses me off about this, is that people, guys especially, I've never heard of a girl doing this, but maybe some women do. I'm pretty sure some women would. But guys that act like they're better than the coaches. Oh my. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah, duh. Meanwhile, it's probably none of their ideas. It's just the stuff that seeped in from the announcers. They're not a professional coach. They're not a professional announcer. You guys, but, you know, maybe they know the game really well too. Who knows? You know, it is an art. People love art. People can judge art. Okay. You know, I'm coming to a lot of truths here. I've never really fully thought about this. Isn't it interesting that you can think about things, but you don't fully think about them until you actually talk aloud? This is why I talk aloud to myself a lot of the time, even when I'm like walking down the street, in a mall, in a store somewhere, and people look at me like I'm fucking nuts. Of course, somebody's talking to themselves and he doesn't have a Bluetooth or anything like that. But to really figure something out, speak it out loud. The next time you're having a hard time really working through a problem, say it out loud. I know it sounds crazy, but say it out loud, talk through it, and it's amazing how you can come up to an understanding or an answer quite quickly or more thoroughly if you speak it out loud. Try it out. I highly recommend it. I'm going to do social media meltdown, and we're going to just do, I think we're going to do Facebook today. Oh, cool. All the artists, musicians and that stuff start posting their year-end review on Spotify. And one artist in particular who I just love like crazy. I have to thank my brother for introducing him to me. Bro, KG, thank you so much. It's Sunreal, Sonreal. I'll have it. He's just amazing, and he did so well this year. This guy just finished a big tour all over the States, all over Europe, and he is just a phenomenal artist. And that's what he is. Like, he's a rapper. His genre is rap, but I wouldn't just classify him as rap. He's so much more. He's just a musician. Like, this is what a musician is all about, and he's an artist, and his videos are just so great. I know it's not just him on the videos. There's a lot of his close friends and everybody working on those videos as well, but he is just mind-blowing. Check him out. I highly recommend it because he's just such a phenomenal, I can't even put him in words. I can't categorize him because he's just super talented and just such an amazing person. So many great songs. You will just not be disappointed. You could literally go to any one of his albums and just pick a song. I don't think I've ever listened to a really bad song of his. It's just, he's hit after hit, just really great musician. Pictures. Stellar Evolution Designs. That's my sister's business. You go check that out too. Super cool. If you need anything geeky made, wallets, purses, knickknacks, anything, stuff for doll, check out her website. I'll pop it up here too. In my left, yeah. There. She's just got awesome stuff. You just got to check it out. High quality, just great. Christmas time, everybody's actually pretty happy. Christmas time is coming. Christmas. I guess maybe that sets me off, but I'm gonna sound unpatriotic, but I don't give a fuck. Military. I am not one for the military. Those who fought for our freedoms, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that at all. I appreciate that immensely. I have utmost respect for that. I couldn't even imagine how hard that was. I'm talking about nowadays. Nowadays, we should know better. We should learn from our mistakes. We should learn from bad stuff like that. Nowadays, it's a fear base. It's like, we need military because just in case, we need military. We need this stuff. And the government pumps millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars into this. And what I find funny is all those people that, harp on, giving money to refugees or other countries to help support other countries in order to get trades and services back. And that's how economy works, right? And we're giving money there, and they'll complain, well, we're giving millions here, millions there, but look at how much we're sinking into our military, and we're just not getting anything. Like, it's a waste of money, and it's a way for government to hide money. Half the people in the military nowadays, because they offer incentives like cheap education and things along those lines, you get a lot more people joining. That ticks me off because people aren't even joining to fight for their country necessarily. They're just going because, well, it's an easy route. It's an easy route. I get to shoot guns. I get to train then too. I don't see why we need it. There's not a constant threat. It's all bullshit. But that's me saying that. I don't know. I'm not a government official. That's like me yelling at coaches. That sports guy should have played that sports guy during that sports minute. He should have played him. Why didn't you fucking play him? I don't know. Fuck. Don't knock down your fuck pals. Don't knock down your fuck pals. Don't knock down your fuck pals.
Don't knock down your pal.
So we're almost at the end of the show. I want to wrap things up with a little random movie review. Now, I watched a movie recently and I felt compelled to say something about it. The movie, oh shit, I can't even say it properly. Mandalorian? Mandalorian. The Mad DeLorean. Is that a Back to the Future thing? Mad DeLorean? Get it? Man guy in a stupid helmet and whatnot. Shittiest movie ever. Shit. Big pile of shit movie. First off, not one single mandolin in the movie. Didn't see a single fucking one. It didn't have Antonio Banderas in it, or they didn't even mention him. Like, WTF, man. It didn't follow the first movie whatsoever. Like, it's like space related. What's that, Garcia? It wasn't a sequel. Well, yeah, of course. It was a sequel of Desperado. What the fuck are you talking about, man? That would make a lot more sense. Shit. You fucking sure, Garcia? Are you fucking sure, bud? Yeah, I believe you. I love you, buddy. So maybe I didn't get that right. I'll have to think about it. And don't forget your fuck pal. I guess I fucked that one up. That brings us to the end. So I would just like to say thank you for joining me again today. I really appreciate it. That sounded super sarcastic, but I'm being for real. But I am being for real. So thank you for watching. Cheers. And I hope you get the day you deserve. I hope so. Can you quack? Can you quack like a duck when we fuck? Don't forget your